At 13-2 heading into tonight's American Athletic Conference game at Houston, the Bearcats are off to the second best start ever under Mick Cronin, seeking to go 3-0 in conference play for the first time ever under Cronin. The Bearcats, though, tonight without freshman forward Jermaine Lawrence, who's in a walking boot due to the toe injury he suffered Saturday at Memphis. Houston averaging 73 points per game, while the Bearcats have held their last 22 foes under 70. They got to work early defensively. Troy Copain with the steal to Shaq Thomas, who fed Kilpatrick and took it strong to the hoop. Got the and one. He finished with 17 points, 12 in the first half. Later in the half, off the good ball movement is Copain with the three and a 31-20 lead. Then off a rebound and outlet by Titus Rubles, who had 10 first-half boards. It was Kilpatrick again with the finish, and UC led 40-24 at halftime. Houston cut a 19-point deficit to 3 before UC went on an 8-0 run. Copain with the steal and the easy 2 at the other end. Houston got back within 59-57, but 2 Kevin Johnson free throws offset a Houston 3 at the buzzer. The Bearcats held on to win it, 61-60. Big clash in the Big Ten tonight as third-ranked Ohio State and East Lansing to face number 5 Michigan State. Tight game for much of the first half. Mark Loving's 3 gave Ohio State a 19-17 lead, but they scored just 2 points over the final 7:40 of the half. Spartans closed the half on an 11-2 run, capped by Kenny Kaminsky's 3 that made it 28-21 at the break. Buckeyes fell behind as much as 55-38 with 8:06 left, but then they stormed back. Less than a minute left. Aaron Kraft caught Michigan State unaware on the inbound. The assistant himself got OSU within 57-56. Then the Buckeyes down by 2. Kraft missed the layup, but Jameer Williams with the follow. It went to overtime, tied at 58. Ohio State up 60-58 in overtime, but Kaminsky buried a 3 to put the Spartans up 62-60, and right now it's 66-61 with under a minute to go in the OT. The Reds tonight announced that the team's annual caravan will begin January 23rd and is going to expand to 5 states with 17 stops. It should be noted that fan favorite Brandon Phillips is not listed among those going on the caravan, although he could be added. The caravan will conclude on January 26th with the annual Select-A-Seat event at Great American Ballpark. For more details, including caravan stops and dates, visit local12.com. A report in the February issue of Golf Digest says Tiger Woods has now earned $1.3 billion in his career since turning pro in 1996. Of that, according to the report, $1.1 billion has come through endorsements. Last year, he raked in $83 million, including $71 million endorsements and $12 million from tournament earnings. It's a final in East Lansing, by the way. Michigan State has gone on to beat Ohio State tonight 72-68 in overtime. Well, the offseason's begun for the Bengals, and so is the debate among fans about what changes should be made. From whether or not Andy Dalton is good enough to be the long-term answer at quarterback to whether or not Marvin Lewis should even be brought back as head coach. Some want defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer to be named head coach before another team does. And it's not just Zimmer who may go elsewhere as a head coach. As offensive coordinator Jay Gruden began making the rounds interviewing for open jobs. Today, Gruden was in Nashville. There he is, interviewing for the Tennessee Titans job. And there were reports he was dining tonight with Redskins GM Bruce Allen and will interview with Washington tomorrow and then Minnesota Vikings on Thursday. Zimmer is also reportedly going to interview for the Titans and Vikings jobs later this week. And the Enquirer is reporting that former Moeller quarterback Andrew Hendricks will transfer from Notre Dame, where he will play for Miami this fall. For offensive coordinator Chuck Martin, the former offensive coordinator at Notre Dame, is now the head coach. Hendricks is going to be transferring under the graduate rule, which will allow him to be eligible to play immediately in the 2014 season. He played in 4 games for Notre Dame this past season after appearing in 3 games last year and 5 as a sophomore. And no surprise, in the final Associated Press Top 25 college football poll is Florida State today, voted the unanimous #1 team in the country after its 34-30 win over Auburn last night in the BCS championship game. Seminoles received all 60 first-place votes. Auburn finished #2. Ohio State at #12 after losing its last 2 games, while Louisville ended at #15. And Brian Kelly's Notre Dame Fighting Irish finished #20.